then hobbyists. Back before Vin Diesel and his Fast and Furious crew hit the big screen, gangs with cars were not a new thing. Okay, admittedly, they didn't really hatch plans to do high-speed robberies of VCRs and mini-disc players, but more likely to meet up in out-of-town shopping areas, usually near a drive-through Mackie D's in a Mothercare or Ethel Austin's car park, queuing over each other's souped-up Vauxhall Novas where they've got a £500 car and fitted a £500 stereo to it, with alloy wheels on a credit agreement that will keep them broke until their mid-30s, whilst not actually having any insurance. They were usually dressed in knockoff Burberry and Rockports. Even magazines like Max Power would roll up and encourage the scene. I'm mentioning this as cars that they had were usually crap. Style over substance. Car companies employ experts to get the most from cars, and I am sure if they thought that adding an exhaust with the circumference of a dinner plate was needed, they would have done. That being said, car companies did get experts to give some cars a bit more of a kick, but they were few and far between and very rarely seen on the road, and would definitely not be chilling at Toys R Us car park at night as they were designed to be driven. Cars like the Lotus Carlton were impressive, but usually snaffled up by the 5.0. The other side of this was Ford. They had Cosworths. I am a huge fan of fast Fords, and have luckily had a few. I must say, style-wise, I wasn't a massive fan of the Sierra Cosworth, but the Escort Cosworth was a great looking vehicle and was sought after. It was rare to see one of these out and about, and a lot of them were destroyed at the time, through high speed impacts and all that, but it was still a car I would have liked to have owned. That being said, when Tamiya said it was going to release an Escort Cosworth on a TT02 chassis, it was a no-brainer, so I pre-ordered it, and here it is. It was brought by courier as my local model shop is not that local, and it was a nice surprise as I imagine it's been stuck in the Suez Canal for quite some time. This is the first model I will be building on the TT02 chassis, and I struggle to think of a more exciting choice. This kit also features the new Tamiya TBLE 4 ESC. With this being on the TT02 chassis, it has tons of upgrades and opportunities to customise this how you wish. I'm not sure if they do dinner plate sized exhausts though. Anyway, let's give the box a blooming good shake so we can see what they have given us inside. For some reason, I did think that they might have given us a hard body with this model, as maybe the white does give it that look in the picture. I've just finished the bodywork on my Tamiya Beetle Rally on the MF01X chassis, so I'm a bit adverse against polycarbonate at present, but I'm sure I will think of a fetching colour scheme and style for it. How they pack these boxes are a thing of wonder. Okay, maybe they don't have the grandeur of the old school boxes with the likes of the lunchbox, terra scorchers and grasshoppers with the compartments, but still it's impressive. Okay, let's start ferreting around the box, and the first item is maybe the most controversial, the spoiler. It has been asked, where is the whale tail? But this is the one that they provide. Here is the new Fandangle DSC. I like how it's smaller, as I wish I had used this for the Beetle build, as maybe it would have stopped me from nearly cutting my finger off. I am not sure, apart from the size, what the other benefits are, but I hope to find out. Coming in at number 3, we have the bits bag. I won't bore you all with listing all these individually, but I can see a torque tune motor in there, as well as the subpar bearings. Escort Cosworth shaped jelly mould is included in this kit, of course, the main attraction so to speak. I don't know why, but I'm always surprised by the size of the models when they're in front of you, and even before the paint hits it, this shape does bring a smile. Mercifully, they have pre-cut the wheel arches a little, so that will save it a butchering later on. Squidgy tyres for the win. I like how they're wrapped like biscuits. They are probably a faux Michelin, but my tyre tread knowledge is not as good as Marissa Tomei's in My Cousin Vinny. A Burt Reynolds Tom Selleck novelty foam moustache. Now, they call this the lower deck, but in reality it's the chassis. To me, it's block 1, and it's a good base plate to start from. The first of our part trees, part tree A to be exact. I can already see a couple of items here that would benefit from an aluminium upgrade. White rims. The question is, should I look for more alloy wheel type rims, or do I use these? It would depend on the colour of the body, I guess, but I have been wanting to try nylon dye to colour wheels for some time now. Maybe this is a good excuse. We are getting there now. The rest of the main part trees, B, C and D. What jumps out straight away is the wheel axles, and the gearbox joints seem to be part metal and part plastic. I realise that these can be changed for aluminium, but I will have to have a think about that. Pointless aerial straw. Here is the instructions. It is a more generic instruction manual with an appendix, but these are still very clear and concise and I find them very helpful. They don't really supply many decals apart from the odd badge and a light, so the only limitation is your own imagination. Well, what do you think? I like it and I'm looking forward to the build. I won't be doing any nonsense speed builds as I want to make this a quality build. My main train of thought currently though is on the design. Do I keep it so-called road style, or should I slap a racing livery on the side? Should I make it look like how all the Timmy Tame heads sat outside the Golden Arches in their Yugo GV Sports with their Kenwood speakers and on a mission back window stickers would have dreamt about? So you don't miss out on further videos and similar nonsense, please like, feel free to comment, definitely subscribe and press that bell shaped thingy to be woken up at all hours for further content. But for now, that's your lot.